There is a type of person in this world who will smile at your good news and feel terrible about it at the same time. Not because they're evil, not because they were raised wrong, not because something dark is living inside them, simply because they are jealous. And jealousy, unlike most human problems, does not announce itself. It dresses up. It wears the costume of concern. It pretends to be advice. It shows up as a question. A very specific kind of question, but we will get to that. First, let us talk about what jealousy actually is, because most people think they understand it, and they do not. Jealousy, in its most honest form, is pain. It is the pain of watching someone else have something you want. Not something you need, not something they stole from you, just something they have, and you want it, and that wanting hurts. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A mature person feels that pain, acknowledges it, and keeps moving. They say to themselves, I want what they have. Let me figure out how to build that for myself. But a jealous person? A jealous person does something completely different. They do not direct that energy toward themselves. They direct it towards you. They begin watching you more carefully. They begin commenting on your choices more often. They start asking questions, and not the questions of a curious friend, the questions of someone who is hoping, quietly, that you are about to fail. Now, before anybody gets defensive, jealousy is not a monster trait. It's a very human trait. Every person alive has felt it at some point. The difference is what you do with it. Some people feel jealous for a moment and then let it pass. Other people build a whole lifestyle around it. They become architects of their own bitterness. They construct this entire invisible world where your success is somehow an attack on them. And the truly amazing part? They don't even know they're doing it. That's the part that should disturb you. Most jealous people are completely convinced that they are supportive friends. They believe their own performance. They have rehearsed it so many times that they can't tell where the act ends and their real feelings begin. My father used to say, "My son, the enemy you can see is not the dangerous one. The dangerous one is the person sitting next to you, calling your name sweetly and praying against you in their heart." He was not wrong. Now, let us talk about behaviors, because theory is fine, but what you actually need are the patterns. The specific, repeatable, recognizable behaviors that tell you exactly what you are dealing with. Here is the first one. They celebrate you loudly in public and question you privately. Pay attention to this one carefully because it is subtle. When you share good news in a group, this person is the loudest in the room. "Oh my God, congratulations! You deserve it. I am so proud of you." Big energy. Big smile, big noise. Then later, when it's just the two of you, something shifts. Are you sure this is really the right move for you? I just want to make sure you've thought it through. I heard some things about that company. I just want you to be careful. Nothing they say is directly negative. They're too clever for that. But every word is designed to plant a seed of doubt in your mind. A real friend who has concerns brings them up once, clearly, and then respects your decision. A jealous person disguises their discomfort as worry. They call it concern. They call it love. What it actually is discomfort. Your progress made them uncomfortable, and now they're trying to make you uncomfortable too. They ask questions designed to find problems. This is the one the subtitle promised. These are the 3 questions. The first question is, but how are you going to manage that? Not, that's amazing, I'm happy for you. Not, how did you pull that off? No, the first instinct of a jealous friend when you tell them good news is to immediately locate the problem. How are you going to manage that? As if your success is already half a disaster and they just need you to confirm it. The second question is, did you think about what happens if it doesn't work out? Again, You have not even started yet. You are still celebrating. You are still happy. And this person's contribution to your joy is to introduce the scenario of failure. Not because they're practical, not because they're helping you plan, because failure is the version of your story they're most comfortable with. The third question is, what do people say about it? This one is sneaky. What they're really asking is, has anyone else found a reason to doubt this? They're gathering evidence. They want external voices to confirm the doubt they already feel inside. If those three questions appear regularly in your conversations with someone, pay attention, not to the questions, to the pattern, because patterns do not lie even when people do. Now, before we go further, look around your life for a second. Is there someone in your circle who does this? Someone who smiles at your wins but always has a question ready? Someone who is happy for you with conditions? Think about that person. Do not type their name in the comments. Think about them quietly, privately, like an adult. And if you are watching this channel and you enjoy this kind of sharp, direct, zero-nonsense breakdown of human behavior, subscribe to Oddppo. You are clearly one of the people who prefers to understand humans rather than be confused by them. That is a rare quality. Protect it. Now, back to the patterns. They compete with news. You share something exciting, and within minutes, the conversation has shifted to them. Oh, that's great. Actually, something happened to me recently, too. And then you spend the next 20 minutes listening to their story. This is not always jealousy. Sometimes people are just conversationally selfish. But there's a specific version of this that belongs to jealousy. And here's how you recognize it. The thing they pivot to is always slightly bigger than yours, or older than yours, or more impressive than yours. You got a promotion, they got a better one last year. You bought a car, they're about to buy a house. You found a good relationship, they've been happy for years. It is a competition you did not sign up for, with rules you were never given, being played by someone who will never admit the game exists. Robert Greene wrote about this kind of behavior in The 48 Laws of Power. He described people who cannot allow others to outshine them, not because they are consciously plotting, but because something deep inside them cannot tolerate the feeling of being surpassed. And so they compete with their friends, with the people who are supposed to be safe people. Because for a jealous person, no relationship is completely safe. Every relationship is also, quietly, a scoreboard. They downplay your achievements with fake balance. This is a masterpiece of manipulation. You share something you worked hard for, something you are genuinely proud of. And this person looks at it and says, "It's good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a good start." Or, "Yeah, a lot of people are doing that now." Or the classic, "You are lucky. Not everyone gets those kinds of opportunities." Lucky. That word is doing a lot of work, because calling your success luck is a very effective way to shrink it without technically criticizing it. It removes your effort. It removes your intelligence. It removes your choices and replaces them with chance. And if your achievement is just luck, then it is not really yours. And if it is not really yours, then it is not really impressive. And if it is not really impressive, they do not have to feel bad about not having it. That is the logic. It is not stated out loud, but that is the structure of it. Psychology calls this kind of thinking downward social comparison. When people cannot lift themselves up to your level, some of them choose to pull your level down instead. It's easier. It requires no growth. It requires no effort. It just requires a well-placed comment and enough audacity to deliver it casually. They disappear when things are going well and return when things fall apart. This is the final behavior, and it is the most revealing one. A jealous friend is not always a bad friend. That's what makes this complicated. When you are struggling, they show up. They are present, warm, helpful, available. They answer calls. They offer advice. They sit with you in your hardship, and they are genuinely good at it. But when you are winning, silence. They are busy. They are dealing with their own things. They forgot to reply. They did not see the message. Some of these friends don't even know why they behave this way. They just notice that they are not as excited to hear from you when things are going well. They feel more comfortable around your problems than around your progress, because your problems do not make them feel small, but your success does. And I will say this plainly. A friend who is more comfortable with your failure than your success is not your friend. They are your audience. They came to watch a specific show, and when the show changed, they lost interest. My father said something once that I did not fully understand until I was older. He sat me down and said, "My son, I will tell you something. Not everybody who eats at your table is happy for you. Some of them are only there because the table is low. The moment the table rises, they will find somewhere else to sit." At the time, I thought he was just being dramatic. He was not being dramatic. He'd simply been alive long enough to watch the pattern repeat itself across different people, different settings, different years. Same behavior, different costume. That's the thing about jealousy. It does not evolve. It has been the same since the beginning of time. It was jealousy that caused the first recorded conflict between brothers. It shows up in every culture, every generation, every friendship group. It just changes what it is wearing. Sometimes it wears concern, sometimes it wears advice, sometimes it wears silence. But if you know the patterns, you can recognize it no matter what it has on. Now here is the part that requires some honesty. If you watch this video and recognize some of these behaviors in yourself, that's information. Do not run from it. Do not get defensive. Do not immediately start listing reasons why you are actually a good friend. Just sit with it for a moment. If this video described someone in your life with a little too much precision, good. That means you have been paying attention, even if you did not have the words for it before. Subscribe to Odd People. Human beings are never going to stop being fascinating, complicated, and deeply predictable all at the same time. Neither are their jealous friends. We will be here studying every pattern, naming every behavior, and delivering it without flinching. Because somebody has to.